Hello, my name is Julie and this is KS Mom Crochets, and today is Featured Photos Friday number 22. So in case you're new here, I just want to say that this video is where I show your all's work. I've had quite a few people email me their pictures of things that they've got finished, and yeah, I just show them on here because I get to talk about what that I make, but a lot of people don't make YouTube videos, or maybe you haven't never heard of them before, and you know, I like to share what other people are up to because we all have different interests, and it's fun to get inspiration from other people. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and the first person that sent me a picture was Ronnie. And actually a couple of people sent me pictures last week, but I recorded my video early, so if that ever happens and you send me a picture and you don't see it on my video, just know that I will add it into the next one. Anyway, the first person was Ronnie, and Ronnie sent me Bonnie the Highland Cow, and this pattern comes out of a book by Claire Gelder, and I'm pretty sure that it is the second book, because I have this book, Maybelle Bunny. I'm pretty sure it's the second book by her, but I cannot remember the name of that book. But like I said, she made Bonnie the Highland Cow, and the stitches on this are just absolutely awesome. I love it so much. I can't imagine how much time it took to do all of those loop stitches. Like, that just blows my mind. Stuff like that, when I see patterns that have that many loop stitches or that much detail work like that, it really intimidates me, because I know that it's going to be a very time consuming project. And a lot of times I will shy away from time consuming projects just because of that. But it turned out absolutely awesome. Now, she said that she used Revolution Fibers Super Bulky Merino from Amazon. I never heard of that yarn. Actually, there's quite a few people that use yarns that I have never heard of before. I've never used a merino yarn, but it turned out perfectly on this cow. I absolutely love it. I love the color of it. I think it's just absolutely perfect. I just love it so much. It's awesome. So thank you so much, Ronnie, for sharing your picture with me and with all of us. I really enjoyed seeing what that you made. And now the next person that sent me a picture was Louise. And Louise sent me a picture of a red panda. And this is actually from an insert that comes in the Simply Crochet magazine. It's called the Endangered Animals, and I will have like kind of a little picture popped up too of what that insert looks like, just in case you're interested. But she said that she used Sadar cotton yarn, which is another yarn that I had never heard of. And she said that she added a little bit too much white on the side of the head. She said she was just going on with the pattern and she didn't realize it till she was almost done. But I love it. I think that it's perfect. I think it turned out great. She did say that she thought it gave him a distinguished look, and I agree. Definitely agree. And I absolutely love your red panda. And if you see me looking down, I've got notes, and I also have their pictures pulled up on my phone, my other phone, so that I can see what I'm talking about. But Louise, you did a wonderful job on him. I absolutely love him. I've never made a red panda. I say that a lot too when people send me pictures. They make stuff that I've never made before. It's really inspiring to see things like that. But I absolutely love it. So thank you so much, Louise, for sharing your picture with me and with all of us. And now the next person that sent me pictures was Kathleen. And Kathleen actually sent me a couple different projects. The first one that she sent me was Coco the Crocodile, and this is from Amigurumi Treasures 2. And she said that the book actually calls for fingering weight, and she used worsted weight. And I always wondered how, like what the size difference would be. You know, if somebody took a pattern that called for thin yarn, how big would it turn out if you use like a 4-weight yarn? And so that's what she did. And she told me that the pattern says that it would only be 12.5 inches long, and hers was 24 inches with the 4-weight yarn. So that is a big crocodile. But it turned out so cute. Now, she did say that the pattern called for a tutu, to have like a tutu around its waist, but she decided to leave that off and make it a boy croc. And I love it so much. She did such an excellent job on this. I just think it turned out absolutely perfect with all the spikes and that little crown. And I absolutely love Lee, which is the designer. I love her patterns. I think that they are just awesome, and I really enjoy making them too. And it's really fun to see this pattern made up because I'd never seen it besides in the book. But Kathleen, you did an awesome job. I absolutely love it, and I love the colors that you use too. It's really pretty colors. Okay, and then the next thing that Kathleen sent me was a blanket. I've never seen a blanket from you, Kathleen, before, so that was really fun to see. And I do have to say that my husband fell in love with this blanket, so I am sure that I have a blanket like this in my future sometime. But she used the waffle stitch to make this whole entire blanket. And I have done the waffle stitch before. I made some pillows for my daughters out of the waffle stitch. And it's like it takes forever to build up your rows because of the way that the stitch is. In my opinion, that's how it was. So she said that she started this blanket a year ago. And she said that it took her forever to finish it. And I can see why, because like I said, that stitch is a very slow go. And she said that this blanket is 85.5 by 37.5 inches. Like, it's huge. That's huge. So I can definitely see why it took you a while to finish that. But I love the colors that she used. It's so pretty. I love that those colors together. But she did say that she made this for her son, if I didn't mention that already, and that he's going to be very surprised that she finished it. But I bet he will love it, and it will definitely keep him warm. But I absolutely love it, and like I said, my husband loved it too because I showed him, because he likes blankets that don't have a lot of holes in them. So I'm sure that one of these days I will have to make him a waffle stitch blanket too. And then the last thing that Kathleen sent me was Lottie the Ladybug. And this is another pattern from the Amigurumi Treasures book. She said that the pattern called for sequins for the wings, but she decided to just make the gray circles for the wings instead, and I think that that turned out perfect. I love it. I would have skipped the sequin part too. But I love this little ladybug. It turned out so cute. Now, she did say that her husband said that it needed a mouth because it didn't have a mouth in the pattern, and so she gave it a mouth, and I have to say that that was a great call from your husband. I definitely agree that this little ladybug needed a mouth. But I love the colors that you chose as well. You always pick excellent colors. I love everything that you make. You did such an awesome job on that. And it's fun to see that one made up as well because, like I said, I'd never seen anybody make that one before either. And I think she said that it called for pom-poms on the end of the hat, but that she decided to just leave that off. And I think that it looks great without the pom-poms as well. So thank you so much, Kathleen, for sharing your pictures with us. I appreciate you so very much. And now the next person that sent me a picture was Deborah. And Deborah made an Easter bunny. And she said that she used the head pattern from one of Suwannas Craft Room patterns, but that she decided to make everything else freestyle. Like, she made up her own version of the body, and she used her own, or she made up her own clothes and everything. She made up her own. She only used the head from the Suwannas Craft Room. Now, she did say that she wanted it to be a standing up bunny. Like, she wanted it to stand up. So she used wire in its arms and its legs. She said that she used like florist wire in the legs because it's a little bit stronger and it helped it stand up a little bit better. But she said next time she might take two pieces and twist them together. But she did say that the bunny is 19 inches tall from its head to its feet. But if you count its ears, then it's 24 inches tall. So it's got some really big ears. But it's absolutely adorable. And I just can't, like, you should totally make patterns, because if you can freehand or like come up with your own version for like clothes and all that, like, I can just imagine the patterns that you could create. I would totally make your patterns. But I just love this little bunny. It is, well, it's not little, it's a pretty good sized bunny, but I just love it so much. It turned out awesome. And again, you know, I love the color choices. I love seeing how other people put color together. It's awesome to see what other people come up with their color schemes, and I just love it. And the shoes look like sneakers. It's just awesome. I love it so much. Now, she did send me like a close-up picture, and as you can see, it looks like she used like some glitter eyes on this bunny as well, but then she also added makeup to it. So she looks like she blushed its cheeks, but then she also added some eye makeup around its eyes. And I'm pretty sure that the inside of the ears is blushed as well. And I've never done that really. Like, I've blushed cheeks and stuff a little bit, but I've never done like the inside of ears, and I just love how that looks. It really just pulls it all together, and I just love that. That's a great idea to try in the future. I just love how this bunny turned out. You did such an excellent job. And it's got its little Easter basket with all its little Easter eggs. Now, she did tell me that she used big twist yarn for the bunny and a 3.5 millimeter hook. And then for the clothes, she used Premier Uptown Baby Sport. And then the shoes and the basket were the big twist, and then I think the eggs were the sport weight yarn. But it turned out awesome, Deborah. Like, I absolutely love it so much. It's so cute. So thank you so much for sharing your picture. I love seeing your little bunny so much. And now the last person that sent me a picture was Season. And actually, Season sent me a couple different things that she made. The first thing that she made was a velvet bunny. She made this for a friend, and she used the Bernat velvet with a 5 millimeter hook, and then she used DK yarn and a 3.5 millimeter hook for the dress. And I absolutely love this little bunny. Now, I'm pretty sure, I think that this is one of the patterns from that designer that doesn't have a website anymore. So if I'm wrong, Season, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that it's one of those patterns that I won't be able to link. And some of these patterns I may not be able to find as well. But I always try to link the patterns that people send me if I can. But I just love this bunny so much. And she said for the tail, she used Lion Brand Gopher Faux for the tail. And that's a great idea, to do a pom-pom tail out of yarn like that. And it turned out awesome. I love its little tail, and I love the colors. Again, the colors, I just love it. And she always adds that little extra detail to her patterns. Like on this one, she added a little daisy button there on its dress, and I just love that. I love how you always do that. And then the next thing that she made, and forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but it is called a Lapras, I think, and it's a Pokemon. I'm not real familiar with Pokemon, so I don't really know all their names. But now this is for a cow that Crystal over at Chronically Crocheting is hosting. But she made this for that cow, and it is, like I said, the Lapras Pokemon. Now she said that she used felt for the eyes, which I don't know. I know I've used felt for stuff before, but I don't know if I've ever used it for eyes. Like, I always have such a hard time cutting felt out, but you did such an excellent job on that. And then if you'll notice, like, it has little spots on its body. And she said that she needle felted the spots on, and that was a great idea as well. She said she really enjoyed the needle felting part of the pattern too, and that's a really great idea, so that you don't have to you know, crochet a bunch of stuff to go on it and sew it on. You just needle felt it on. That's a great idea. But I love it. Like I said, I'm not real familiar with Pokemon, but it turned out super cute. And it's got that little shell on it with all those spikes. I guess that's spikes. Hanging out. I guess this is like a turtle, right? It's like a turtle Pokemon. I love it. You did such a good job on that. And then the last thing that she sent me was a St. Patrick's Day gnome. I guess it's like a leprechaun gnome. I don't know, but I love it. It turned out awesome. She says she's really enjoying the gnomes too, which I'm glad to hear because I love gnomes as well. And this one turned out awesome. She said she used the Shipya's Katona cotton and a 2.75 millimeter hook, which sounds very familiar to me. But I just love her gnome. He turned out great, and I love his hat. I've never made a St. Patrick's Day gnome. I thought about it this month, but then I decided not to because I had so much going on. But one of these days I might make me one too, because I really like how yours turned out. Turned out awesome. It's got its little belt buckle on its hat. And you did a great job on the beard too. I love the beard and the color that you chose for the beard. So thank you so much, Season, for sharing your pictures. I always enjoy seeing what you're doing and what you've made, so thank you so much. And now, I did have a couple pictures from people that I wasn't sure if I was supposed to share. So I will say that if you send me a picture and you want me to share it, even if you've already sent me a picture and you want me to share it on this video, just please let me know and I will do that, because this video does come out every 2 weeks. And if you send me an email with the picture, just make sure that you let me know that you want me to share it. Or you could label it Featured Photos Friday or Friday video or something like that, and then I will know as well. That's a great idea. It would actually be easier for me to find your pictures in my email too if you did that. I'm just trying to figure out a way so that I know, because I don't ever want to share people's pictures if they don't want me to, and I hope that I have never done that before. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope that I did okay on this one. I'm really tired. I had a lot of overtime from work today, and I'm going to try to get this edited, but if it is a little bit later in the day when you see this, just know that I probably went to bed before I got it up, but I will try to get it up before I go to bed. So thank you all again so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you real soon in another video. Bye.